Okay, so this is on page 32 in your notebooks. You can follow along. You don't need to draw on that top diagram when I do. We'll kind of talk about it more in class tomorrow and how we would use it to solve for variables. So we'll just get started. We have alternate interior angles theorem. So this kind of reiterates what we talked about on page 30. It's the same concepts, but we're theorems now. So we can use those for proofs moving forward. So that theorem says that if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then the pairs of alternate interior angles are congruent or equal. Okay, so again, our alternate interior, these are my angles that are on the inside. This line right here is my transversal. So they lie on opposite sides. So we would have angle 4 and angle 6, and then we would also have angle 3 and angle 5. So that means that the measure of angle 4 is congruent to angle 6, and the measure of angle 3 is congruent to 5. Okay, alternate exterior. It says if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then the pairs of alternate exterior angles are congruent or equal. Okay, so again, we're looking at the angles that are on the outside here, and they have to be on opposite sides of our transversal. So angle 1 and angle 7 are congruent, and then angle 2 and angle 8 are congruent. Corresponding angles theorem. It states that if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then the pairs of corresponding angles are congruent. So again, this is kind of the harder one to kind of imagine. So if I cut off that top part and laid it on top of the bottom part, or if I thought about matching corners, 1 would match with 5, 2 would match with 6, 4 would match with 8, and 3 would match with 7. So if I write those in, 1 is congruent to 5, 2 is congruent to 6, 3 is congruent to 7, and then you can write this in that angle 4 is congruent, that's what that symbol means, to angle 8. Okay, so that's corresponding. All right, for consecutive same side interior angles theorem, if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then the pairs of consecutive interior angles are supplementary. And if you remember, supplementary means that they're equal to 180. Okay, so if we have our transversal line and we have our inside angles, those ones right there, you can see that angle 4 and 5 are on the same side on the inside, so they add up to be 180. And then we also have angle 3 and angle 6 are on the inside and on the same side, so they will add up to be 180 as well. Okay, our last one, consecutive same side exterior angles. Okay, these are if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then the pairs of consecutive exterior angles are supplementary. Okay, so again, supplementary means 180. So we're looking on the outside this time, and they're going to be on the same side of our transversal. So we have angle 1 and angle 8. They're supplementary, so they equal 180. Then we also have, it's kind of getting hard to read, sorry about that, angle 2 and angle 7, and they're supplementary, which means that they're going to add up to be 180. Okay, so again, I know you have notes that you cut out and pasted onto page 33, but don't worry about filling that out tonight. We will fill that out in class tomorrow.